Live from Michigan Speedway. Tracy, I'll tell you what, 43 drivers qualified for this race tonight. Pros versus Joes with Stock Car Evolution's ESRL Can-Am Racing. And I'll tell you what, watching these guys practice out here, I think we're up for a night of lots of fun.
Yeah, I tell you what, JD, I've been just checking some of the speeds around the track tonight, and I'm seeing cars hitting the excess of 195 miles an hour at the end of the straightaway, heading to them corners. Tell you what, this big group of cars, it should make it real exciting tonight.
You bet, and I'll tell you what, Jason Burge qualified on the pole here tonight with a blistering 39.844. Outside him on the front row is going to be Philip Stocks with a 39.870. So I'll tell you what, we're going to have some outstanding racing here tonight. You just heard him, Tracy Flip Robinson in the booth tonight. They call me the Cowboy, J.D. Webb, alongside me, and running up down pit road tonight, Jerry the Corn Dog Wolf, and they call him the legend on Friday nights, John the Bad Boy Westling, pushing the buttons on the cameras back here behind us. And I'll tell you what, guys, looking for having some fun here tonight. Checking the booth or the chat room over here. Cookie Man in the house, Chris JG24. He's along for the ride tonight. Eddie Smith, Joe K. Thomas in the house, Mr. Hop. I wonder if that's Mr. Hall's on post. Steve Mahana from HD Radio Network in the house with us along for the ride, and looks like Joe Popolowski from North World also along for the ride tonight. So hey, welcome to the show tonight, guys, and hey, we'll be looking at you. But Tracy, Michigan Speedway, this track is big, it's wide, it's fast.
Yeah, I tell you what, JD, that's a fun part about Michigan out here, is that how wide and fast it is. I've been watching these guys in the practice running 3 wide through the corners. Looks like they're pretty stable setup. Haven't seen too many cars jumping loose out there, JD. So I tell you what, it's going to be a great race.
Yeah, you got that right. And I'll tell you what, like I said, this track is big, it's wide, it's fast, 200, or actually 200 and probably 212, 213 miles an hour, capable down the front stretch going into turn 1. And I'll tell you what, watching these guys practice out here, they look like they know what they're doing. But I'll tell you what, in the house with us tonight, actually on the track, Joel Brown, Mike Schreiner, he's running things here tonight. Ray Chandonnet on the track. And I believe Bob Chandonnet is going to be driving the pace car here, live pace car tonight, and live admin. So I'll tell you what, these boys certainly know how to do it right. All right, as time is counting down here, going to wrap up the warm-up session here. We're about 3.5 minutes away from green flag racing here at Michigan Speedway, and this is the pros versus Joes here tonight. We've got drivers out here that are pro-level race car drivers, and they're putting themselves up against the average Joe. We're not going to call them rookies here tonight, because I'll tell you what, some of these dudes, they can run the socks off of pretty much anybody. But this is pros versus Joes. Joes being just your everyday average race car driver, comes out here to have some fun. And I'll tell you what, we are looking forward to a ton of it tonight. But Tracy, I tell you what, live admin, we've got a live driver in the pace car tonight. That ought to be something new and different.
Yeah, I tell you what, JD, it's going to be fun and interesting to see how many of these guys in this car know the guy driving that pace car. Ain't going to come up there, maybe give him a little bump under a pacing lap just for fun. But yeah, with a live admin, throwing the caution, to tell you what, it'll make the race quite interesting. And tell you what, the live pace car driver, you'll see him get out there and have to get the field woed up and hopefully not get ran over.
Yeah, you bet. I'll tell you what, I think we've, I don't know if were you along for the ride? I think we broadcasted a race here once before where we had a live pace car driver. I might have been some time back, but I'll tell you what, looking forward to that here tonight. But Jerry Wolf in the house, what's your take on things tonight, bud?
Sup, my peeps out there in ETV land. Hey, I'll tell you what, going to be a tough race tonight. I think a lot of cars out here. Hopefully they can keep them fenders clean and keep us green going here tonight. But I'll tell you what, I am been told they can get 45 laps on fuel here, JD. So it does look like this is at least, I believe, going to be a two pit stop race.
Yeah, you might be right there. I think we're scheduled for 85 laps here at Michigan tonight. So looking at about a 45 lap. You know, it depends. This track, a lot of drafting takes place here, so we'll have to wait and see. But right now, we're going to go ahead and send it on down trackside. The Cactus Cutie standing by, ready to present our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Attention grid, all non-essential personnel leave the grid now.
All right, and we are back Michigan Speedway, 2 miles here, Tracy, 2-mile track, 18-degree banking in the turns, and starting out on the pole, front row on the inside, then the number 2 car, Jason Barrage. Starting outside him at 29, Philip Stocks.
And starting third, the 6th of Dan Mueller. Starting fourth, Ron Larkin.
Joel Brown starting in 5th, and he's driving the number 5 car. Outside him in 6th, the 61 of Warren Feed.
Starting 7, the 69th of Gary Cross. And starting 8th, the 75 of Terry Milford.
In 9th on the inside, the 50 car, Alan Bucco. Outside him in 10th, the 16, Dustin Storm.
Starting 11th would be the 68 of Lyle Sweargen. And starting 12th would be Tony Bagstead.
Vinnie Lewis in the 13 car, starting 13th. In 14th on the outside, the 19 car, Travis Joyner.
And starting 15th to be 85 of Tom McKever. And starting in 16th, the 24 of Ray Moss.
Paul Perry in the 74 car, starting 17th. Outside him tonight, 43, Tony Oscar.
Starting 19th, the 26 of Jeff Cody. Starting 20th, the 87 of Ed Smith.
Dave Martin in the 73, starting 21st. 22nd tonight on the outside, 58, Brian Barkley.
And starting 23rd, the 030 of Gary Stopper. And starting 24th, the 72 of Larry Jones.
Stan Kelly starting 25th in the 13 machine, then 26 on the outside in the 113, Justin Rogers.
Starting 27th, the 20 of Eddie Young. And starting 28th, the 7 of Dennis Kelly.
Mike Reuter in the 29th position, and on the outside of him in 30th is going to be the number 12 of Shaquille Ray. And Tracy, we are coming through the final turn here, turn 4, getting ready to get this thing rolling here. We'll get to the rest of the field here in just a little bit, but driving the pace car tonight is Bob Shannonette. live driver in the safety car, and he's pulling down pit road, and we are set to go green flag racing here. Jason Burridge going to pick it up. He's got Philip Sox on the outside, Dan Mueller, Ron Larkin making up your front two rows here. The green flag is out, and we are racing at Michigan Speedway, the pros versus Joes.
Yeah, I tell you what, JD, looks like we got a good start. Already got cars getting 3 wide in the pack. Tell you, we're going to be a pretty interesting first corner as these guys are battling for position on the start.
Bet, and I'll tell you what, Joel Brown up here in that 5 machine on the bottom, he's looking to make some positions up here early as he can. It looks like he's giving it up here just a little bit. Of course, he's getting freight trained on the inside here. 16 car coming up alongside, but he's fighting back on the inside. 15 car up on the outside. But Joel Brown, he's one of the head honchos here with Stock Car Evolution. I know he puts a lot of time and effort into working this game over pretty good for these guys, working on the 2012 version. But I'll tell you what, getting off to a good start here. First lap is in the books, and we are still clean and green, almost going 3 wide up here in front. But I'll tell you what, Tracy, these guys really know how to put on a show.
Yeah, we got a bunch of guys running 2 wide right now. We got Dan Mueller, and it looks like Philip Stocks racing hard for that second position. As of right now, Phillips has got that position, holding off Dan Mueller on the bottom.
Yeah, Terry Milford in 5th position. Contact. Oh, looks like contact between Dan Miller and Warren Peed, guys. All right, and I don't hear the caution coming out. We seem to be still green flag racing, guys, but the 61 of Warren Peed. And who was that other car? Jerry, you got more?
I'll tell you what, guys, I was actually up in the driver's meeting with them tonight, and I heard it very clearly said that, hey, guys, cautions are not going to fly if you guys are in the infield or down on the apron where you're out of the way. And those 2 cars, they were down on the infield, JD, so I'm not sure you'll see a caution out of this one.
You bet. And I'll tell you what, back here on the track watching in 25th place back here, Lane Allen in that 15 machine. He's got John McClellan up on the outside in 24th making contact door handle to door handle there just a couple of, about a half a lap ago. So I'll tell you what looked to be the first caution, Tracy, with the 61 machine involved, but no caution coming out. Mike Schreiner in the house. He's up in the flag stand. He's running the action with the flags here tonight. So still green flag racing here.
Yeah, and I tell you what, these guys still running. Two cars deep wide back here, doing a great job staying at each other. Seem to have really good traction on the bottom, really good traction on the top. As we have a challenge up here in the front, JD, and it looks like Philip Stockton is all over the back of the number 2 car, trying to get that position of Jason.
You bet. Can't quite put it together, but Jason Barrage still out in front here in Michigan. And 4 laps in the books, 85 laps scheduled here tonight as Philip Stocks trying it one more time, coming off of turn 4 here, coming down the front stretch. Just can't put it together to get there, but I'll tell you what, he's going to ride the bumper here for just a little while, but moving back through the field here a little bit. I'll tell you what, pretty much things have settled down here a little bit. Ray Moss back here in 11th position. He's got the 19 of Travis Jones on the bottom as they try to get something going here.
Yeah, tell you what,
Travis
JD.
Joyner.
Tell you what, JD, they're entering the corner. One there, 202 miles an hour. Our top 5 cars out there are all the pro drivers. Your first Joe is the 075 of Terry Milford running up there for the Joes. And right behind him, the 5 of Joel Brown. He's a pro. So we do have some of our Joes mixed in here with our top guys, JD.
All right, pros versus Joes night here at Michigan Speedway. And I'll tell you what, Joes are hanging on pretty good out here, but still a lot of racing to go here at Michigan. 6 laps in the books. And I'll tell you what, there's a few of these guys back here, come back here about, let's say about 14th, 15th position, 13th position back here. Tom McKeever running in the 85 machine back here. He's got the 68 of Lyle Swearingen on the looked like he was almost trying to get the position on him. Couldn't do it. But the 68 machine, Lyle Swearingen, having to back off the throttle here a little bit coming down the front stretch. But Tracy, you know, a 2-mile track here in Michigan, it's big, it's fat, it's wide, and draft makes a big difference coming down the front stretch and the back stretch.
Yeah, I tell you what, them long straightaways is great for the draft for these guys. And I'm kind of going through the field here, JD, taking a look back here, and it looks like we got about 3 little bunches of different bunches of cars running, with about looks like about a 2-second gap between these cars. So you got some groups going forward and some guys kind of fading back, probably just getting used to this setup, Jerry.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Tracy. I kind of been watching that back here, but it looks like Stan Kelly's going to go on ahead and try to peek on down here on the inside of that 12 car of Shaquille up here. And you're right, they are running in 3 little groups. But what I do like about this, JD, this 3-group deal is there's a lot of pros and Joes in each one of the 3 groups. So they haven't segmented off the pros to the Joes at this point, and it looks like the Joes are giving them a run for their money tonight, guys.
It looks that way. Tell you what, almost looking at a 3-wide situation back here with Stan Kelly, but it was a no-go. Tell you what, these guys are pretty smart. They see that happening. Somebody's going to get off the throttle here and just kind of keep everything safe. So. You know, Tracy, I mean, we've been around the horn a few times. The racing really doesn't start until about 10-15 laps to go anyway. But I'll tell you what, we're 9 laps into this one here tonight, 85 laps on the book. So a lot of racing left. Looks like Lane Allen getting into the wall here a little bit, guys.
I'll tell you what, JD, I've been kind of watching here. The middle groove seems to be the fast groove out here. As I was watching these guys passing the guys on the low line, running that middle groove, so actually the outside line just a little bit faster, JD.
All right, and looks like yellow flag is coming out here at Michigan, and they're calling for a caution here. See if we can't cycle around here and find out who is involved. Looks like it's going to be the 06 of Curtis Goodnight involved in this one, guys. He's currently in 40th position here, John. Curtis Goodnight, his car is pretty well tore up back here. See if we can't roll it backwards and pick it up here. Let's go ahead and throw it on down to John.
Yeah, let's see if we can see what happens here, guys. He's coming into turn 1 here. There's a car right in front of him. He's going to try the old dive underneath him. He's going to get tight right about the center here, guys. Going to make contact with that 7, and he's just not going to be able to hold on to this car. He's going to put her right in the door into the safer barrier on the outside of the wall here, guys. Going to take quite a bit of damage here.
Yeah, I'm trying to see who that, it's like the 7 machine, Dennis, trying to get to the name here. I want to see Dennis Kelly, but I'm not quite sure. But at any rate, tough luck for Curtis Goodnight here, and but Tracy, we got more?
No, JD, I was just saying that too. He got up in 2, and I tell you, a lot of times they get that lower car loose. Really don't affect the outside car. As he went around and did, yeah, like I said, Curtis Goodnight did a lot of damage to the outside of that car. But tell you what, this gives the guys an opportunity to hit pit road and possibly get all new tires, Jerry.
Oh, yeah, I'm eating ice cream. Hold on. No,
ice cream.
They're going to be easy, JD. I'll get you some. I'll bring you some up in a little bit. Don't worry about it.
Well, we hate to interrupt you, but we're actually working tonight, Jerry.
Oh, I was eating ice cream. Yeah, they're going to come down here, Tracy. I believe, I don't know, being 11 laps into the race, I'm not sure we are at Michigan, so some may not pit, but I think you'll see a lot of the top runners coming here, get 4 fresh tires, and here they come, JD, down pit road, 4 fresh tires, full tank of fuel. Get them back out here. Let's get this clean and green and get out of here, guys.
You bet. And I'll tell you what, it looks like everybody's coming down pit road. What a party that's going to be as they all head down and into their pit boxes. And I'll tell you what, this may be a good opportunity for us to step away and take a commercial break. We'll keep an eye on the action down here on pit road, and we'll let you know who's who when we get back. But I'll tell you what, you're watching a live ETV Live Michigan Speedway, the pros versus the Joes here. Don't wander off. We'll be right back. Hey dude, are you ready to rock and roll? If that's cool, then you need to do it over at HD Radio Network. HD Radio Network, 4 stations broadcasting 24/7 with everything from metal favorites to the 80s classic rock like legendary Leonard Skinner, Electric Light Orchestra, Foreigner, and bone-rattling, skull-crushing rock and roll on hard driving radio. And partnered with Nuff World Simulation Gaming, check out the HD Radio Network's Nuff Radio with Bear Factory, Stone Temple Pilots, Def Leppard, and a whole lot more. HDRadionetwork.com. Take your pick and rock your brains out, dude. MTCO Communications, dude. I'll tell you what, the only place to get your gaming servers, no contract, month to month. Get gaming tonight with Battlefield 2. Hey, Call of Duty. Do it with R-Factor, Arca Sim Racing, dude. I'll tell you what, $49 a month, no better deal anywhere. Remote access, virus filters, remote power cycle, no player limit, no bandwidth, dude. Dedicated servers. Hey, do it tonight. Give them a call, 800-859-6826. All right, we are back live, working caution number 1, guys. And I'll tell you what, it happened just a little while ago here on about lap 10 or so. And I'll tell you what, a little bit of damage done here, but everybody's still on the track here tonight. Action on pit road. Pretty much everybody came down and got at least fuel. And we did have some takers down there that took 2 tires, Tracy. So I believe that's going to be your leaders up here. Travis Joyner, Jason Barrage, and Stocks. Philip Stocks up here in the front, top 3. And in behind them, in 4th, Alan Bucco, Dustin Storm, your top 5 out here. But I don't, we've seen 2-tire changes out here before, Tracy, that didn't work out so well. So this will be interesting here with just 10 laps on their tires.
Yeah, JD, I'm pretty sure he looked at, talked to his crew chief about what the tire wear looks like, and they said during practice it wasn't bad. I think that's probably why they're going to give that 2 tires a try. It's early in the race, have plenty of time to get back in if it don't work. But I tell you what, 2 tires will probably work really good at the start. But let's give him about 10 laps and see where he stands in, as we're going to get ready to go green this time by, JD.
You bet. Lights are off on the pace car, and again, we've got a live driver down there in the pace car. So Bob Shannonette behind the wheel in the pace car here tonight, and checking over here in the fan interaction over here in the chat room. And I want to say good evening to everybody over there. Noab16 logged in again. Welcome along for the ride. And the 82S Tate along for a lot of these guys from Nuff World hanging out over here now. I tell you what, Nuff World, the Nuff Radio guys over there, that's a popular radio station, and I guess we're gaining in popularity over there at HD Radio Network too. So tell you what, yeah, you're my hero too there at Noab16. Hey, back to the action out here. All right, pace car pulling up, pulling off. Travis Joyner going to pick up the green flag this time around. He's got Jason Burge up on the outside, 29 Philip Stocks, Alan Bucco, 2nd row, Dustin Storm, Tony Bagstead making up your 3rd row as the green flag comes out, and we are back to racing here at Michigan Speedway. Pros versus Joes, Tracy.
Yeah, we got the restart. It looked like the 5 of Joel Brown had a little issues on the restart, holding up the top line, guys, as the bottom line is just freight trading by all these guys stuck up on the high side with 5 of Joel Brown. A real slow restart there, JD.
You bet. I wonder what was up with Joel Brown down there, getting kind of a slow start. But I'll tell you what, work that draft. This is just, it's kind of like Daytona, Talladega. You get the first lap under your belt, get these things up to speed. While the draft makes a big difference here at Michigan. As we got a race for the lead up in the front, guys. I'll tell you what, Jason Burge down on the bottom here. Travis Jones running the wall, coming down the front stretch. Jason Burge can't put it together. Jones gets the best of it going into turn 1. So I'll tell you what, still lots of racing here left to do. 16 of them in the books here at Michigan. Pros versus Joes, but Jason Barrage is not giving up. as he rides the bumper on that 19 machine. And I'll tell you what, this is a Joe versus a pro right here. It looks like the Joe's going to give it up. Travis Joyner up here side by side, almost making contact with the 2-car. Jones is on the Joyner is on the run here, guys.
Yeah, I tell you what, JD, I was watching that 16 of Dustin Storm, got a heck of a run on, jumped down to that inside lane. I tell you what, inside lane didn't prevail as he's going against the 50 of Alan Bucco. Oh, we got caution on track, fellas.
All right, caution coming up for the second time here, guys. We'll see if we can roll it around here and find out who brought that one out. And I'm not picking up anything, and that's just unless we go all the way back here to the 09 machine. I don't know if that was him or not, guys. But still cycling around trying to pick it up. Caution flag is out for the here. I'm hearing it's a 00, and the 09 might have tangled up here, guys. Let's see if we can't punch it up in the old E-wine machine.
Yeah, I'm pulling it up now, JD. See what happened. I believe it's a 00 and the 9. Looks like they just collect each other here in the center. There's 3 cars right in front of them. Looks like they're kind of hung up on the wall. This might have played a little bit into this. But these two are just going to kind of collect together and spin in harmony. We should have had an opera song playing here. That would have been perfect, JD.
I could probably come up with an opera song or two. But, yeah, you're right, John. I'm just got it pulled up on my monitor here. And side by side, isn't they call that a double axle, a pirouette? Or what is that anyway, Tracy?
That is a pirouette, JD, as you called it. Both cars just look like they're just going out for a little waltz out there in the grass.
You know what? I like the way John does these rewinds too, man. He gets them up there and then puts them in slow motion. And it's just like, you know, where is the waltz music? La di da.
That's for the Booper show, JD.
All right, tough luck for the 09 and a 00 out there tonight. Caution number 2, guys, here at Michigan Speedway. So I think whatever fuel strategy guys were looking at here probably went out the window now. But 18 laps in the books here, and I imagine there's some action down pit road.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, JD, got a couple takers down here. Looks like 85 car of Tom McEver's going to come in here. The 87's going to come in behind him. Got the 68 of Lyle's going to come down here, probably take 4 fresh tires, get a full tank of fuel, keep going back with these guys. But got about 5 or 6 cars down here on pit road, fueling up, getting ready to go here. Get them a drink, pull the belts tight. We get back to racing, boys.
Guys, I was watching this 68 of Lyle swearing, and boys, he hit that inside wall, and it knocked him right back to his pit stall.
Oh, wow. Unreal. But,
hard way to pit a car, JD.
Yeah. You know, we've seen. We should probably put a blooper show together. I mean, we've got some replays of some pretty funky looking action in these race cars. Maybe we should work on that sometime. But I'll tell you what, you want to strap one of these babies on, you want to get over to stockcarevolution.com. And they got a pretty unique way of handling things over here. You download the mod manager, they call it. And it's a one-stop shop, dude. You pretty much run the install from that. It installs the game. You can update all your cars. And it's a pretty cool deal. And stockcarevolution.com. Get on over there and check them out. So I'll tell you what, why don't we go ahead and step away. We'll take another commercial break right here, right now. You're watching live, ETV Live, Michigan Speedway, Pros versus Joes. We'll be right back.
Hard as you can go, always low. Dig, dig, dig. Back to speed. Tires looked awesome too, bud. And there at the end, you were mowing down those guys pretty quick.
All right, guys, bearing down on your 20, hard and fast.
You've been doing an awesome job. Get us one tonight.
Hey, car's pulled up. Flag, green flag.
All right, and we are back live, Michigan Speedway Pros versus Joes. And Tracy, I understand you got Joel Brown on the radio.
Yep, I'm right here.
All right, hey Joel, this is JD up here in the booth, and how's your race going down there?
Well, a lot of cars out here. It's either groove works. Looks like the high groove's better coming off the corner, but the low groove's better going in. Track position's everything.
All right, I'll tell you what, second caution of the night tonight, does that pretty much throw any kind of fuel strategy out the window?
Fuel strategy, I don't know if we're going to be able to run a full tank of gas with getting the green flag stopped. Maybe we can, but it's too early in the race to be looking at that right now.
I'll tell you what, lights are off on the pace car. We're going to let you go and let you tend to business down there. Best of luck to you, and we'll keep an eye on you throughout the broadcast.
All right, I appreciate it. Yeah, it's a little crazy on these restarts.
All right, Joel Brown down there in that number 5 car. I'll tell you what, he's been hanging out up there in the top 5 here pretty much all night. But we'll keep an eye on Joel. He's running 11th right now after this last pit stop. And we're getting set to go back to green flag racing. Travis Joyner out in front again. Jason Burridge, Alan Bucco, Dustin Storm, Tony Bagstead making up your top 5 up here on this restart. And I'll tell you what, Travis Joyner, Jason Burridge going after it on that last one. And I tell you, Jason Burridge giving it up to, or Travis Joyner giving it up to Jason Burridge there for a little bit. But I'll tell you what, quite a duo up here in front as they get set to take the green flag back again here. But the Joes, Tracy, are hanging out up here in the front. Joes being Dustin Storm, Alan Bucco, Philip Stocks, Tony Bagstead. So Travis Joyner, or the pros rather, Travis Joyner, the only Joe out in front as he gets a good run on Jason Burridge on the restart. And the other pro, the other Joe up here, Terry Milford, currently running in 7th. So right now, the pros have it.
Yeah, I tell you what, they got most cars up front, JD, but they don't have that car leading this race, as we have Travis up there in that number 19 car. One of the Joes leading our group around. He's getting a bump draft from Dustin Storm to get him up past the 2 of Jason.
Yeah, bump drafting is allowed at Michigan, guys. I'll tell you what, the draft does mean something here. Big time on the front stretch and the back stretch back here. But tell you what, 2 cautions already in the books, 23 laps also in the books here, scheduled for 85 laps at Michigan. And I'll tell you what, looks like pretty much single file racing, you know, back here in the back, right around 12th place back here with Dan Mueller in that Unical 76 machine. And behind him in 13th, Jeff Cody, having a pretty decent run back here. But I'll tell you what, you know, the action really doesn't start, Tracy, until about the last 15, 20 laps as they split 2 wide going through turn 1 here. I'll tell you what, Tony Bagstead up on the outside. Terry, looks like Terry Milford down here on the bottom, or coming off of turn 4 rather, giving it up to Tony Bagstead in that 27 machine, guys.
Yeah, I tell you what, JD, I was watching Terry Milford, one of our Joes, doing a heck of a job. Ran in real deep there on the bottom, got up past Alan Bucco, and tell you what, just couldn't didn't have the speed to keep it up there with those guys. As it looks like they're cautioned out again, JD.
All right, caution number 3 coming out here at Michigan. And apparently we've got a big one happening back here in the back somewhere. Cycle around here, see if we can't pick it up. Put the old E-Wine machine to work here. I'm looking at the 73 car of Dave Martin back here in 40th position with quite a bit of damage on his car, Tracy. So I got a funny feeling that the 73 car might have been involved. I don't know whether he started it or not, but John, have we got more?
Yeah, see if that's exactly where it starts too, that Dave Martin. He's going to collect a lot of cars. In fact, our sponsor for the race, or at least our contact, Ray Shanaday, he got clobbered in this too, guys.
Wow,
Yeah,
looks like just tough. He got loose there, JD. Just couldn't catch that car again, and you know, you spin in front of that many cars, you're gonna, you know, cause a few others to get involved. As I see a few got together, just trying to avoid them.
Yeah, you know, he gets into a 3 wide in there. He gets stuck in the middle. Really has no place to go. He's got to get off the throttle, and then I can't tell who that is coming up behind him there, but just gives him that little bit of punch, and pretty much does him in there. But caution number 3 coming out here at Michigan Speedway, guys, and I tell you what, looks like at least 1, 2, possibly 3 cars involved in this one. So Jerry, ball peen hammers certainly coming out down there on pit road.
Absolutely, JD. Going to be a lot of sheet metal to repair down here to get these cars back out on the track. But I'll tell you what, that 2 of Jason Burra, he's sitting up there. He's nice and happy, clean car, cool customer, along with Travis up there and Dustin. These guys are enjoying this. So as long as they can get to the end of this race, they get these slower guys to the back of the field. And as long as they don't have to contend with them, they're good to go.
Psst, psst, Jerry, toss me a couple of them ribs.
Hold on, man. Hey, by the way, the 2 of Jason just entered pit road, JD.
John,
And,
when did we start feeding the pit reporters?
Yeah, when did we start I thought we got them a box lunch, brown bag in it or something.
PB and Y.
PB and Y.
McDonald's Happy Meal.
Without
Do I get the toy? No,
Yeah,
I want
but
the toy. Come on. Don't take my toy away.
I don't want Tracy and Jerry arguing over the toy now. Give it to John.
Well, it's a Cabbage Patch doll, so I'm sure they'll fight really hard, JD.
Well, I thought we were taking the toy out to help people lose weight.
Oh my God! I tell you what, we do have more fun than anybody else up here in the booth. But Travis Joyner staying out on this go-round, guys. So Travis Joyner, one of your leaders up here, of course, he was duking it out with Jason Barrage in that 2 car. Jason chose to go down pits and take advantage of this yellow flag. But I tell you what, checking back over here in the chat room over here, fan interaction. I'll tell you what, we got a number of people in the house. Grace 926, welcome along for the ride. Sean Tate, the 82 car, or the 82 Sean Tate. It was S Tate before, I think. Now it's Sean Tate. Eddie Smith along for the ride. I don't know who the question mark is, but hey, welcome along for the fun anyway. All right, guys, 27 laps in the books, working caution number 3. Why don't we go ahead and step away? We'll take a real quick break right here, right now. You're watching live ETV Live. It's the only choice. Cowboy, don't wander off. We'll be right back. You're watching ETV Live, the leader in sim broadcasting, the very best in the business, brings you the highest in broadcast quality and archived high-def replays for you to watch anytime for free. Superior audio, exclusive instant replays by the ETV ePlay machine. Producer John, the legend Westling, has talented commentators like the Cowboy, J.D. Webb, Tracy Flip Robinson, David Big Mouth Bass, Jesse the Outlaw James, Matthew the Race Car Kid Largan, and don't miss the ETV Live Band. the leader in sim broadcasting, offers a free fan interactive custom live page with free race scanner, live stats, and be sure to chat with the broadcasters on the free live chat service. If you're looking for a quality broadcast team for your league event, contact ETV Live event coordinator JD Webb at etv-band.com or visit etv-eplay.net and keep up with the ETV Live news and check out the ETV Live ePlays. Hey, remember, ETV Live, the leader in sim broadcasting, it's the only choice of cowboys. And we are back live, ETV Live, Michigan Speedway, pros versus Joes. I'll tell you what, you want to strap one of these babies on, come out here and play with these boys. StockCarEvolution.com. And I'll tell you something, you know, it's a pretty cool deal they got over there, guys. They actually sanction different leagues. They got their own servers. And if you want to put a league together over there, just, you know, go on over, get a hold of, I think it's Gary Madu, if I'm not mistaken, still heading things up. And if not, at least you can get a hold of Mike Schreiner or Joel Brown. They'll head you in the right direction. But kind of a cool deal. And, you know, they'll sanction your league for you and the server, the whole 9 yards. And, you know, the way they handle their downloads, the game install, the whole, everything. It's all one big, nice, pretty package. And handled through a deal called a mod manager that handles all the downloads for you. But I'll tell you what, StockCarEvolution.com. Get on over there and check them out, cowboy, and have some fun with these boys. But 43 cars on the track here tonight, Tracy. We haven't seen that for quite some time. 29 laps in the books, and I believe we still have at least 40 of them out there on the track. 42 of them, maybe?
Yeah, I tell you what, not too many cars falling out of this race. But I got to say out to them pros, watch out. We've got a group of Joes up there running in the top 5. Matter of fact, they're holding down 3 of the top 5 spots, JD.
You bet. I'll tell you what, Joe Travis Joyner, he's going to take the green flag this time around. He's got the 16 car of Dustin Storm up on the outside ready to fight back. Paul Perry, Eddie Smith, Jason Burge making up your top 5 on the get-go here. And Travis Joyner once again jumps out to the front here in front of Dustin Storm. And I'll tell you what, you know, 2 Wide Racing back here with Eddie Smith. And looks like, I want to say that's Jason Burge possibly going past him here too as well down here on the bottom, getting freight trained up here on the top. But 87 machine kind of going backwards here, Tracy. He was going 3 wide going into turn 3. Coming off of turn 4, who's going to get it here? Eddie Smith up on the outside. Looks like Bagstead in between here. Looks like Smith might have backed out of the throttle just a little bit to let him have it, Tracy.
I tell you what, I just watched the number 12 of Shaquille Ray, one of our Joes, just go down there low in that corner and actually pass 2 people on the bottom, JD, making it 3 wide on both of his cars he passed. And I tell you what, great job. They've got a car around, JD.
Yeah, the 14 of, or the 24 of Ray Moss into the wall, but then that wasn't a car going around. I don't know who that was. Was that Stan Kelly? I'm watching the 13 machine of Stan Kelly down here on the bottom. Have you got more?
Yeah, JD, I'm taking a look at the 34 cars involved, and the 030. He's also spinning up there in that mess of cars. I tell you what, there's a good 8-10 cars involved in that, JD. Just wow, what a mess out on the track.
Yeah, guys, these guys are going to pile into the turn 1 here, guys, and just a mess. These guys are getting a little too anxious here. A lot of laps to go in this race. One box hard into the wall. Boy, we got a parking lot here between 1 and 2, guys. There's at least 20 cars involved in this.
Does that qualify as the big one?
Well, if it isn't the big one, I don't know unless you take the whole field out if it'll get much bigger, huh, JD?
Well, I'll tell you what, lots of damage here at Michigan as these guys get it sorted out here. So that's going to be caution number 4 here tonight, guys. And I'll tell you what, still not bad. 32 laps in the books. 43 drivers started this race tonight. So I tell you what, 4 cautions with 43 drivers at this point in the race, probably not a bad thing. We'll see how they can handle it from here on out. But tell you what, I believe there's probably going to be a bunch of them coming your way one more time, Jerry.
Yeah, JD, I'm know about 8 of them's going to be coming down here to get some sheet metal repaired. Looks like Travis Joyner's going to go on ahead and stay out on the track. I got several cars here probably going to come down pit road, get some damage fixed. I don't think too many guys up at the front. Looks like they're going to start peeling off about the Tom McKeever, Gary Cross, those guys in there. So they're going to come down here, get 4 fresh, get a full tank of fuel, and get back out here on the track and get racing.
You bet. Working caution number 4 here at Michigan Speedway. Pros versus Joes, Tracy. And I'll tell you what, the Joes are putting on a pretty good show out here in front. Travis Joyner has been able to keep that machine pretty much up here in the top 3 all night long here. So we'll see what he's got to keep it up there. Dustin Storm doing a pretty good job up here. He's one of the pros. Joe Paul Perry hanging out up in front, and we've been keeping our eye on Joel Brown up here. He's one of the pros. And we talked to Joel on the radio here just a little bit. He's been managing to stay out of trouble here so far. But 4 cautions in the books already, Tracy.
Yeah, I tell you what, these guys are just looks like a few cars getting loose out there, JD, overdriving the entry of the corner. But I tell you what about the worst feeling in the world is being that guy getting loose in front of that big pack of cars coming at you, especially in a corner. But I tell you what, these guys are staying on the track. A lot of guys are just getting their hammers out and that roll of Barabon and keeping these cars rolling. But I tell you, these Joes are doing a great job against these pros. Oh, there's quite a few Joes in that top 10, JD. Looks like we have 1, 2, 3, 4 of our top 10, so not a bad average.
You bet. And just a reminder, Travis Joyner, he qualified 14th here tonight at Michigan. So not a bad night for that, Joe. Not a bad night at all. So working caution number 4 here at Michigan Speedway, pros versus Joes race. Why don't we go ahead and step away? We'll take a real quick commercial break. You're watching live, ETV Live Cowboy. It's the only choice, Michigan Speedway. We'll be right back. And we are back live again here, Michigan Speedway, and we are working caution number 4, guys. Came out about a couple laps ago, lap 32. Number of cars involved here. But I tell you what, live driver down there in the pace car, that's going to be Bob Shannonette, I believe. That's Ray Shannonette's brother, I'm assuming. I don't know, John, you know him, I know.
Yeah, that happens to be his, I believe it's his younger brother, which probably ain't much younger. I know Ray's, he's got to be pushing his 70s by now. He's actually, me and him admin one of my first racing leagues back with R Factor, JD.
All right, I'll tell you what, looking over here in the chat room again, Zippy has logged in. Hey, dude, welcome along for the ride here tonight. How's those trucks doing over there, my friend? And I'll tell you what, if you can put up a date and let us know when they're going to be available. Fat chance, huh? I'll tell you what, a long time means precision, and precision means some awesome racing coming our way. in the ARCA series over there. So looking forward to that one on the release there, guys. But that pace car getting ready to pull off. We're going to restart one more time here at Michigan Speedway. Pros versus Joes. Travis Joyner, I tell you what, he's got a pile of green flags laying on the front seat up there. Dustin Storm up on the outside. Paul Perry, Joel Brown hanging out up there in the top 5. Jason Barrage, he's trying to get there. Jason Barrage started on your pole here tonight as we get set to go back to green flag racing, Tracy.
Yeah, they're all lined up. As the green flag comes out, tell you Travis gets a good jump out there, holding on to that top spot. But tell you what, we're already 3 wide, JD, running for, looks like 3rd, 4th, and 5th spot. Has got a little contact. The middle car is, looks like the one car pushes up there. Everybody comes through there safe. Back to double file racing in there.
You bet. And I'll tell you. All right. I'm hearing we've got some more activity out here on the track and a number of cars involved. No caution coming out, but the 26 involved in this one.
Yeah, I tell you what, JD, we got quite a few cars caught up in that crash. The 2 of Jason Barrage was involved in that. 26 of Jeff Cody and the 27 of Tony Bagstead. I tell you what, all 3 of them cars involved in that crash there, and looks like we're under caution, JD.
All right, this is going to be caution number 5 here at Michigan, guys. And tell you what, rough on the restart here. As Jason Barrage, our pole sitter tonight, man, look at his car. He's got extensive damage to that machine, John.
Yeah, let's rewind them one more time. They're 3 wide. There's still room for about 4 cars on the left and 4 cars on the right, guys, but they all decide to bunch in the middle. And these guys, you're going to see them come out of the turn here, and they're just going to get tangled up. Car gets a little tight and just makes contact here. And they're going to go around, and a couple cars are going to slide hard in the infield, and one of them's going to plow that inside wall, guys. Somebody better call 911. He's going to need the rescue squad for sure.
Yeah, big time. And I'll tell you what, it almost looked like the 2 car of Jason Barrage, our pole sitter, looked like he might have been able to squeak by, but too much speed, too fast. Couldn't get out of the way quick enough as he takes a couple of hits on that 2 machine down there. But I tell you what, Jeff Cody up there in that 26 machine, he got some damage done to his machine too. But working caution number 5 here, Tracy, and we just came off of one.
Yeah, I tell you what, JD, we just got the battle of the real estate. Unfortunately, those 3 cars all wanted to use that same spot of real estate, but they're all trying to claim it, and this is kind of what happens. Cars get together, end up spinning out. Tell you what, they need to all pick a new piece of real estate and try to stay out of each other. But tell you what, we're going to get around here, get through these cautions, let them get in there, get those cars repaired, and then let's get green going, and let's try to get a good 10-15 lap running, JD.
You bet. And I'll tell you what, working caution number 5 here, and 38 laps in the books here at Michigan Speedway. I'm going to go ahead and give out a couple of commercial plugs here. And of course, one of them is going to be Halls on Post, tax and accounting service. And I see Dwayne Hall logged into the chat room over there. Figured we put a plug out for his wife's business over there, Halls on Post. HallsOnPost.com. You want to become a millionaire? Let Angela Hall take care of your taxes for you and get the job done. HallsOnPost.com. And get a hold of her. Hey, it's tax season anyway. But another one I want to plug here too tonight is going to be HDRadioNetwork.com. 4 stations over there, and I've been working on them, trying to get the 5th one up and running. That'd be a cowboy country western
you
station.
ready to rock and roll?
That's JD's music right there, boy. But HDRadioNetwork.com. Get on over there and take a listen. I enjoy the oldies rock and roll station they got over there. Lots of Led Zeppelin, Cream. Listened to Cream the other night, dude. I tell you what, it's been years since I've heard Eric Clapton and company. But the HDRadioNetwork.com, so get on over there and take a listen. But right now, Tracy, 39 laps in the books. We're not quite halfway here yet. Almost. A few more laps to go here. 5 cautions here tonight. A couple of them coming back to back.
Yeah, I tell you what, that was just a bad timing on that part. But these guys are going to get this all cleaned up. But I tell you what, we still haven't had any DNFs in this race, JD. All the cars that started the field are still running around the track. And I tell you what, who's getting his laps in today is a pace car, as he's actually showing not too many laps down, but he's doing a good job out there leading these guys around. It looks like they've been pretty kind to him. I haven't seen any scuff marks in the rear bumper.
I tell you what, I still want to get Bob Shannonette on the radio here and see get a perspective from him of what it's like to drive a pace car. That's you know, we've driven just about every other kind of car down here, Tracy, but I've never been able to drive the pace car around the racetrack. But maybe we can work on getting him up here in the booth or on the radio at least. But we're about ready to. I think we're going to take one more time around. I think the lights probably go out on the pace car this time by, and then we'll have one lap to go. But let me tell you something. Joes are hanging tough out here in the front. Travis Joyner, he took the lead from Jason Barrage here about 15, 20 laps ago, and Travis Joyner pretty much hanging on to things up here in front.
I tell you what, JD, the last caution took 3 of our guys running up towards the front. And I tell you what, who's moved up to second place, Joel Brown, from 4th there for that restart. And now running in 3rd, the 12 of Shaquille Ray. 4th is 87, Eddie Smith. Those are our 2 Joes, along with our leader of Travis Joyner, who's a Joe 2. And in 5th spot would be 6th of Dan Mueller, one of our pros.
All right, and lights are out on the pace car. This will be the final time around as we come down through turns 1 and 2 here. We'll cruise on down the back stretch. Driver will take one more tug on the belt. Wipe the debris off the old face mask and get ready to run one more time out here. Michigan Speedway. Tell you what, pros versus Joes out here tonight. And I tell you right now, Joes have it. I think, what would we score this thing? 1-0 so far. Joes have been having it pretty much since the get-go out here.
Yeah, I tell you what, they're standing pretty stout out here in Michigan as these guys get ready and get ready to take that green flag. We'll see how Joyner does again here as another green flag comes out. Gets a good jump out there. Looks like he's going to hold on to the top position, JD. He's also being followed by the, I think, the 12 of Shaquille Ray, moving up to 2nd spot, JD.
You bet. Joel Brown trying to get past the 12 car down here on the bottom, and looks like he's going to get it for position here. Oh, Travis gets out of shape up here in front. Joel Brown now putting the pressure on the 19 car up here, going for the pass, going into turn 3 and 4 here. Looks like Joel Brown might have it down here on the bottom as Travis Joyner stuck up here on the top, but he's getting a good run coming off the top. I'll tell you what, almost making contact coming down the front stretch. He's got some help from the 12 car. Joyner's going to hang on to the lead up here on the top. I'll tell you what, Joel Brown put up a heck of a good effort up here. I think the caution coming out again here, Tracy. This will be caution number 6, if I'm not mistaken. See if we can't roll it around here and figure out what happened here. I'm hearing Mike Root in the 09 car possibly. See if we can't roll it back here. I'll tell you what, the old E-Play E-Wine machine getting a pretty good workout here tonight, guys, as we kind of search backwards here and see if we can't find, I believe it's going to be the 09 car, John, if we can pick it up.
Yeah, I think there's a car right here. I can't quite read the number. It looks like maybe the 79 or 72 there. Gets way out of shape in front of this pack, and that's what's going to collect here. Another probably 8 to 10 cars here going to take some more damage, JD.
Yeah, it looks like the 73 car. I'm trying to pull it back here on mine, and Dave Martin involved. Wow, Tracy, just a bunch of them.
Yeah, JD, kind of taking a look back there. Tell you that the only reason we called out the 9 is that's the car I seen getting restarted and refired and heading back around that track. Looked like he's the car that probably took the most damage out there out of them group of cars. But Tell you what, a lot of our back markers there in the back just got caught up. Two cars fighting for the same real estate again, JD.
Fighting for the same real estate. And I'll tell you what, that's usually the way it happens here at pretty much any track, really, guys. That's what it's all about. But I'll tell you what, caution number 6 coming out here at Michigan Speedway, guys. Pros versus Joes here, and Jerry, I imagine you're getting quite a workout down there on pit road.
Yeah, back and forth, JD, back and forth. That's all you guys do is keep me running. You don't feed me. I have to find my own ice cream, but hey, I got a couple guys coming in down pit road here. A couple takers going to come down and get some fresh tires and some fuel. Not hearing a whole lot about changes yet on this. We're about halfway here, so they're not going to start doing any drastic changes and stuff. And a lot of the setup, from my understanding, is locked anyways, JD. So pretty minimal on what these guys can do to these cars. They just got to come in here and get tires and fuel and get them back out there, and no changes.
You bet. And, you know, I had to roll this thing back one more time. These guys coming past the pit road entry down here, Tracy, and looked like the leader was going to take them all down, but he crosses over the apron and decides at the last minute, nope, he's going to pull it right back on out. But there's a couple of guys down here that just squeaked past here, and tell you what, looks like Travis Joyner, he didn't pull the wool over too many people's eyes.
And we got to remember, Travis Joyner's out there running on how many fresh tires on the pit stop he took earlier in the race, JD. He's still on those 2 tires he took and able to hold these guys off. But as you said, looks like he's starting to get a little loose out there.
You know, I'm impressed because you know, I've been out here to Michigan before in another series, and 2 tire changes just do not work. And you know, what usually happens is you get really loose, and you know, within a couple of laps, and 2 tires have just never worked. But I'll tell you what, these guys are making it work out here. Travis Joyner, hanging out up in the front here, we'll call him Joe Travis, and he's making it look pretty easy out here. And let's score at Joe's 2 pros nothing right now here at Michigan Speedway. So working caution number 6 here, guys. Why don't we go ahead and step away? We'll take a commercial break. You're watching live, ETV Live. It's the only choice, cowboy. Pros versus Joes at Michigan Speedway. Don't wander off. We'll be right back. MTCO Communications, dude, I'll tell you what, the only place to get your gaming service, no contract, month to month. Get gaming tonight with Battlefield 2. Hey, Call of Duty, do it with R-Factor, Arca Sim Racing, dude. I'll tell you what, $49 a month, no better deal anywhere. Remote access, virus filters, remote power cycle, no player limit, no bandwidth, dude. Dedicated servers. Hey, do it tonight. Give them a call, 800-859-6826. Whoa there, cowboy. Ain't no need to get the hammers out and tear it all up. What you need to do is get a hold of David Bass, DB Tech Services. Technology support offered at a price affordable to most churches, not-for-profits, and individual customers. I'll tell you what, David Bass, IT specialist, over 5 years at the corporate level. Hey man, computer maintenance, hardware and software upgrades. I'll tell you what, David Bass DB Tech Services, established specifically to provide lower cost options to churches and non-profit organizations. So put the hammer away, dude. Get a hold of David Bass, DB Tech Services, dbtechservice.com. All right, we are back live, and I know I think Tracy's been working on trying to get the driver of the pace car at Bob's Chanonette down there. Bob, it's JD up in the booth. Have you got us?
Sure do, JD. Go ahead.
Dude, I think you're the only one out there that really doesn't have to worry about gas, doesn't have to worry about tires, and certainly no ball-peen hammers.
So far, I think I'm the only one that's been leading the most laps.
I'll tell you what, you might get a trophy before you go home. Bob's Chanonette down there driving the pace car, guys. I'll tell you what, does that thing got a cruise control in it?
Pretty much so. We put it on autopilot this time around.
There you go. You know, I've never had the opportunity to get, you know, to get up with a league that has a personal chauffeur to drive their own pace car. This is pretty awesome, dude. Now, do you control the lights on that car too?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I control the whole thing. This Corvette is pretty well equipped for me.
Awesome. I want to ride too.
Hey, Bob's got a blonde in there too, buddy.
That's my little secret.
All right, Bob. Thanks for joining us up here in the booth. I see you're making your way up to pit road here. Going to turn these guys loose one more time. Travis Joyner, Tracy, he's been hanging out here in the front collecting green flags. He's got a pile of them on the front seat, but he's going to get threatened by that number 5, Joel Brown, up on the outside. Eddie Smith, Dan Mueller, Alan Bucco making up your top 5 here on the restart, and we're off and running into turn 1.
Yeah, JD, we had a rough restart again. I'm trying to figure out what the car number is here. Got a yellow and white car, just really bad in the restart. Got a bunch of guys ran in the back of him because his car must have been in 3rd gear on that restart and just didn't go.
All right, and I'll tell you what, Travis Joyner putting him a fight with Joel Brown. Joel Brown looking good up here on the top. He's going to get the run, and they're going to start. They're going to cross the start-finish line here. And how is it? What is it that Chad Knaus always tells Jimmy Johnson when this happens?
New leader.
New leader, the 5 car. Move Joel Brown up to the front. Travis Joyner giving up a couple positions down here on the bottom, guys. Now, I'll tell you what, Tracy, you mentioned it during the break here. You know, Travis Joyner out there on 2 tires change on that last, actually a couple of pit stops ago. So we might be seeing the results of that two tire change now.
Yeah, I tell you what, pretty soon those effects of only 2 tires are going to catch up to you. Tell you what, he did a great job blasting out there as long as he did, but now it looks like he's pretty much going to be out-tired as these guys are starting to work pretty hard over him. As it looks like Eddie, let's see, Eddie Schmidt, I believe, is looking around to get by him here on running about the middle groove, JD, in the 87.
You bet. And I'll tell you what, 3 wide coming off of turn 2 here, guys, up here in the front. But I tell you, it's getting kind of busy up here. Travis Joyner, Eddie Smith, Justin Rogers up here in the front, all duking it out for position. And I tell you, back here in 10th position, Hank Taylor in that heavily damaged machine. Of course, he's got the spoiler up in the air. That's what matters the most. Doesn't look like he's got too much damage on the front end. But I tell you what, we got a wad of them up here running about from about 10th position forward, Tracy. 3 wide going into turn 2 here. One guy gets the one. Looks like he's getting sideways there a little bit. Hank Taylor trying to hang on to that damaged machine. Gets a little bit sideways in the middle, but hangs on to it, guys. Terrific job. Yeah,
I tell you what, JD, looks like quite a few cars checked up in there to give them a little bit of room. We got a car sideways again, JD. Tell you what, did a great job of saving that one. Tell you, I watched him into that corner. Smoke coming from the tires as he's got sideways entering.
You bet. 3 wide going down the front stretch here. Phillips and Bucco up on the outside, but it looks like Phillips backed off the throttle just a little bit in behind the 2 car. Jason Barrage, your pole sitter here at Michigan tonight, is up here in front. Man, it's just a gaggle of cars. 51 laps in the books here at Michigan Speedway, guys. So I tell you what, they're letting the ponies loose now.
I tell you what, we're down to, like I said, 34 laps to go in this race, JD. Everybody's running pretty hard. Tell you, they're getting the runs on these guys, and they're just sticking their cars in those holes. And then, of course, you know, just pretty much doing everything they can to stay out of the guy above them. But it looks like we're starting to get a little bit quieter down here. Back down. Oh, we got some 3 wide entering corner 1 again, JD.
3 wide going into 1. We got Shaquille Ray on the bottom and Jeff Cody in the middle. Alan Bucco up on the outside, almost taking it 4 wide.
Tell you what, JD, we had a front nose 4 wide there for a little while going through that corner. We're going to enter a corner 3 wide once again, it looked like, JD, there in our group. Oh, the car sliding up a little bit.
Oh! Travis Joyner making contact with, I want to say that's Bucco up there in the 50 machine, Alan Bucco up there. But I tell you what, Travis Joyner, you know, hats off for that 2-tire change, making it last this long. But it may be too late for that 19 machine, guys. As Travis Joyner having all kinds of handling problems out here. 3 wide, Paul Perry going past him on the bottom, 16 coming alongside.
Yeah, I tell you what a battle out there these guys are running. 2 wide, tell you it looks like quite a few cars are getting a really good draft. Is moving up there as we got a new leader, JD. It is the number 5 of Joel Brown, still showing as a leader, but looks like working hard over him, trying to take that lead over.
But I'll tell you what, that Dan Mueller trying to fight back and get it back one more time. I'll tell you what, we've got a couple of pros up here in front now. Our closest Joe is going to be Eddie Young. He's back here in 4th position, guys. So, and they're putting a distance on him too, Tracy. But I'll tell you what, we had a gaggle of cars back here, about 9th position. Gary Cross back here on the bottom. He's got the 87 Eddie Smith up on the outside. 29 coming along. Feels, oh, contact in the wall. The 29 car going around. Hangs on to it. Philip Stocks hanging on to that car. Looks like he got slammed up into the wall. Bounces off. Hangs on to that car, Tracy. And continues on. So, tell you what, hats off that 29 car.
Yeah, I tell you what a great job to keep that car going on the track, JD. But tell you what, we still got this strong, hard battle for the lead. Tell you what, Dan Mueller doing everything he can to try to find a way around that 5 of Joel Brown. I tell you, he gets the nose ahead of him just at the exit of the corner. But tell you that high side has been showing the way on exit for speed, JD.
Yeah, you bet. And 55 laps in the books, guys. And I'll tell you what, they are letting it all hang out back here, about 12th, 13th place. I'll tell you what, somebody opened up the corral gate, and they have just absolutely cut them loose. Philip Stocks here in the 29 car, guys. I'll tell you what, he's just absolutely getting sideways as the 26 car, Jeff Cody, makes contact with the wall and a couple of others. I'll tell you what, they're getting absolutely crazy back here, Tracy.
Yeah, I tell you what, JD, the car get loose like that, they drove it in deep before they drop out of that gas pedal. And I tell you what, that 29 car, he's trying to get to the front with everything he's got. And I tell you what, he keeps doing the loose entries. He's pretty much going to make that tire upset with him, that right rear. And I tell you, that looseness will just keep getting worse and worse with every lap, JD.
You bet. And I'll tell you what, another one in trouble here is going to be the 16 machine of Dustin Stocks. Or Dustin Storm, rather. I'm sorry, Dustin Storm, but he's going past the 24 car. But he looked awful shaky coming through turns 1 and 2 here, heading down the backstretch into 3 and 4 here. We got smoke up ahead. Somebody's going around. 29 cars going around. 29 car going around up here against the wall, guys, and that's going to bring caution number 7 out.
Hey JD, can you say grrr? That's that right rear tire growling at him as he spun out, JD.
Yeah, we're pulling this back here, and Tracy, you're exactly right. You said a couple laps. Yeah, I don't think he made a couple laps before he lost it. He just kept getting looser and looser. This time it looks like he almost let off the gas there, guys, not to make contact with that car in front of him, and the rear of that car just came around on him.
Yeah, I tell you what, I was watching him about a lap or so before that, and I mean, you could tell the back end of that car just getting plumb loose on him. And looks like he takes a little chunk of the wall, comes through the turn, but I think he just probably lost it then, trying to get it back in shape, can't get it back. And I tell you what, around she goes. But all right, that's going to set up caution number 7 here at Michigan Speedway, guys. So, Tracy, you know, that fuel strategy pretty much gone out the window, but the 29 machine out there, you know, we were watching him, and, you know, with that 2-tire change here a while back, it doesn't look like it paid off.
Yeah, I tell you what, it started falling off pretty good here as we're down to, looks like about 35 laps to go, JD. Coming up 25 laps to go. Tell you what, if I was leading the top group here, I'd be hitting that pit road, get me some fresh tires and fuel, and just take her to the end. 25 laps on tires here in Michigan aren't too bad. Looks like these guys got pretty good tire wear. I just get in there, get them fresh tires, give yourself a small advantage over a group if they don't go in, give you a little better handling car here towards the end of the race.
Yeah, you bet, Tracy. I'll tell you what, we're getting down the wire here now. Like you said, about 25 laps to go here at Michigan Speedway. They pretty much all come down pit road, so it could be anybody's game from here on out. And I tell you what, you know, I want to drive the pace car too one of these times. Maybe we can actually call the race from the pace car sometime.
Heck yeah, JD, I'm all for it. I actually was in a league in the past quite a bit back that they actually had real pace car drivers, and it was kind of fun to do. We had one that kind of got drunk and wrecked the pace car, but hey, you know.
Drinking and driving. Oh, that's not good.
Drinking and driving. All right, I'll tell you what. Well, Tracy, I think Tracy's getting a handle on Dan Mueller down there. Why don't we go ahead and step away real quick? We'll take a real quick commercial break. When we come back, we're going to bring you back to our leader, Dan Mueller, or at least who was our leader out there. But I'll tell you, he's putting up a terrific fight. So, hey, don't wander off, cowboy. We'll be right back. All right, and we are back live, Michigan Speedway, pros versus Joes, and Tracy, I believe you got Dan Mueller on the radio.
Yeah, guys, I got Dan Mueller here. Hey, Dan, doing a great job out there. How's your race going so far?
It was pretty eventful the first 3 laps there when I made contact with another car coming out of 4 and spun it through the infield, but got shuffled back a little bit, just kind of taking my time, working my way back up through traffic, and it paid off. It feels pretty good, actually.
How's the tire wear been out there, Dan? We know we've been watching a few guys. Just took 2 tires. How's the wear been?
I haven't been one of them. I haven't tried 2 yet. I've always been sticking on 4 or staying out. The actual tire wear is pretty good. That last run there, I was running pretty hard with the 5, and tires that came off looked pretty good. Not much wear at all.
Hey, Dan, this is JD up here in the booth alongside Tracy. I know you down there duking it out with Joel Brown. Now, when you restart, you're going to have Joel Brown right there with you. Have you got anything for him?
We'll see, I guess. I mean, I don't like to play my cards too soon, so we'll see what happens here when we get in the closing laps.
JD, he's heard about the ETV jinx. He's just going to hush up.
Hey, John.
Right.
Hey, Dan, just so you know, they won't get to hear this till after the race is over, so you can tell all the secrets now.
All right, I think Dan Mueller's got a lot more on his mind right now as he tries to set up for this restart. So I'll tell you what, thanks for joining us on the radio, Dan. Good luck to you down there, my friend.
Yes, yeah. Sorry about that, guys. I was my crew chief was talking to me.
No problem. All right, Dan Mueller putting up a pretty good fight out there with Joel Brown just before this caution. And this will be caution number 7, guys, coming out here just a little bit ago. 62 laps in the books. And I'll tell you what, Bob Shannonette down there driving that pace car, I imagine that thing's probably got, 8 or 9 speaker surround sound stereo. Probably got one of them little pop-up DVD players on the dashboard. I wonder if he has to use the GPS down there, Tracy.
Well, I heard that they might have a coffee maker there in for him since he's been tipping a few bottles he drive on. That way he'll sober up by the end of the race.
Well, I think it's either Mike Schreiner or Joel Brown or one of those two has a hand in that pace car quite a bit. I know that, you know, those are pretty much the guys that work on this game, developers and whatnot. So I know Mike Schreiner, he's got big interest in it. So maybe we can get with him and maybe get a ride in that thing, do you think?
Yeah, I tell you what, that'd be a fun thing to do, JD, but guess what? I just looked down here. We got our first DNF, the 27 of Tony Bagstead had parked his car. Too much damage to get back on the track.
All right, pushed behind the wall, up on the hauler, and headed for the barn, as we say here on ETV Live. So I'll tell you what, getting ready to go here one more time. Pace car is pulling off, and he's going to go down pit road. Mike Reuter in the 09 car up here in front is going to pick up the green flag here. He's got Shaquille Ray up on the outside. Dan Mueller, we talked to him on the radio. He's running in third, and fourth on the outside of him is going to be Joel Brown on the restart. Back to green flag racing as the 09 car makes contact with the 12 up here on the restart, guys. Getting way out of shape.
I tell you what, got a guy way down low there on the track. Going to have to work his way back up. So I was going to say, we got the Joes leading the pros on this restart, Jerry.
Man, I'm going to tell you what, Tracy Robinson, that is unfortunate for that 6 of Dan Mueller. He was the victim of that whole thing. Started up there, up in the front. He is now way back, about 7th or 8th place. Unfortunate for him. Hopefully he'll be able to regather himself back up and get back up there and run for that lead again, J.D. Webb.
You bet, as Joel Brown tries to go after Shaquille Ray up here. Shaquille Ray, the Joe, up here in front of the pro. But tell you what, the 09 on that restart, Tracy, he almost looked out of place there. And I don't know, the 09 is involved in at least one caution out here, one wreck, and if not a couple. So I was kind of wondering what the 09 might have been doing up there in the front. Why didn't he come down pit road, take advantage of that, maybe get back towards the back if he wasn't going to be that good on the restart. But that's all behind us now. Hank Taylor up here in 8th position, guys, trying to hang on to position in a damaged car. 16 coming along on the outside. That's going to be Dustin Storm as he races his way to the front, Tracy.
Yeah, I kind of wonder if maybe he stayed out to get maybe a lead lap there, JD, but he's falling back through the field fairly quickly here as he's getting overtaken pretty in a short amount of time with the damage he's got. He's all the way back to 27th spot. I think maybe he got caught out there in the basically out there before he could get down pit lane, Jerry.
I'll tell you what, JD, I think the way he might have stayed out there is I heard a little secret in the drivers' meeting running around that this was a points race tonight.
Yeah, I believe they have this pros versus Joes quite often here, guys, and unfortunately I don't have wasn't able to get the latest on the point structure here at the pros versus Joes. But I'll tell you what, I'm sure we'll be back again. But watching out here on the track, Jason Barrage up here in 3rd place took the looks like he took turn 2 real wide here. He's desperately trying to get that machine back to the front. Started on the pole tonight, guys. So Jason Barrage working his way back forward.
I tell you what, doing a good job. He's up to 3rd spot there, JD. Moving Shaquille Ray. He's up to 4th. And we have a wreck on the front stretch, JD. Looks like we're going to get quite a few cars. They're going to have to check up really bad as we got the 6. Our person we talked to during last caution, JD, involved in that.
And that's going to be the 6 car of Dan Mueller involved as we try to pull it back here, and I need to push the R key, push a couple other buttons, and I'll tell you what, it looks like he's going early result here is he's going for an E-ticket ride, but I don't. Looks like he might have just pushed up. I can't tell who that is, John. We got it on the E-wine machine.
Yeah, it looks like the guy on the outside looked like he might have came down just a little bit. That 6 car, he dove it in hard in that corner, and he definitely pushed up a little bit. Going to collect a whole bunch of cars here. This is almost like Bristol Speedway on the big track, guys. It seems like it collects 5 or 6, 10 cars almost every caution here. But then again, we did have 43 cars starting this field, so it's kind of hard to miss when you're out here in a parking lot, JD.
Yeah, 43 car parking lot, and I'll tell you what, bad timing for that 6 car, and I think that was Shaquille Ray, if I'm not mistaken, on a 12 machine up there. And man, yeah, you're right. The 6 car just driving it in real hard into the turns. Looks like he drifts up just a little tiny bit. Shaquille might have come down just a little tiny bit, but they did meet in the middle, Tracy or Jerry.
JD, I'm done. That's it. I'm not talking about any more drivers again. The ETV jinx has worked once again, and it's all our fault.
Yeah, it's like 400 to 410, so it's pretty much a sure thing, Jerry. I know it's definitely collected a lot of sheet metal.
but I'm gonna tell Mr. Mueller that it's JD's fault. I
yeah,
will take no blame.
It's always JD's fault. I'm going to take your bicycle away from you if you're not careful.
Well, you do know the number's going to change here because that pace car is still driving clean and green around the track.
Maybe they ought to slap a number on the side of it and cut her loose, huh? You think?
I never could quite figure out why they don't keep stats for the pace cars in NASCAR or sim racing, JD. I mean, I think it'd be a pretty cool stat, wouldn't you? Miles per hour, average, you know.
Yeah, how many gallons of fuel in a year?
Yeah. I'll tell you what, I wonder what the tire bill for that car is. Well, I'll tell you what, boys, I believe this is going to be caution number 8 here, Pros versus Joes at Michigan Speedway. Why don't we go ahead and step away? We'll take a quick commercial break. You're watching a live ETV Live. Hey, it's the only choice, Cowboy. And when we come back, we'll plug the ETV ePlay site. So, hey, don't wander off, Cowboy. We'll be right back.
Hard as you can go all the way to the wall, dig, 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 back to speed. Tires looked awesome too, bud, and there at the end you were mowing down those guys pretty quick. Alright guys, bearing down on your 20, hard and fast. You've been doing an awesome job. Get us one tonight.
Pace car's pulled up. Flag, green flag.
Noab 16, the Cowboy. I see you down there. I'll tell you what, Cowboy, I can't remember who you are, but we're just going to say your name backwards. How about 16 Bone? That's a cowboy name if I ever heard. But I'll tell you what, boys, you want to see this Cowboy, you want to see this race again, you can plug on over to etv-eplay.net. Tune in, turn on, and get your corn dog and Coronas ready and have some fun over there. And, you know, etv-eplay.net, that's the home of it all. And I'll tell you what, there's about, maybe 6-7 dozen e-plays over there to sit and watch. If you got a rainy day scheduled coming up, I'll tell you what, corn dogs and Coronas, invite your neighbors, your mother-in-law, your father-in-law, your cousins, your brothers, sisters. Hell, invite the neighbors over. Have a corn dog and Corona party, ETV party, and have at it over there. You can even download them and burn them onto a DVD if you want. Highest resolution in the business, 768, 432. I'll tell you what, there ain't no better. And I'm looking over here in the chat room, and it looks like Tony Bowling is logged in. Tony Bowling, Smoking 21 from the Nation over there, RaceSimNation.net. And he's in the house watching. And I want to get back over here to Cowboy Noab 16. I think we're just going to call him Bone.
Tell you what, JD, I'm keeping track of our DNFs. We got the RO113 of Vinnie Lewis. Had to park the car, headed for the barn. So that's 1 pro and 1 Joe out of the race tonight.
1 pro and 1 Joe. And looks like Vinnie Lewis, his engine must have let go on him tonight. But I'll tell you what, out here in front, Joel Brown making it look pretty good. Tony Oscar in behind him, and Shaquille Ray hanging tough up here. He's the first Joe up here on this get-go as we are going back to green flag racing, boys.
Yeah, I tell you what, they're in 4th spot. Jason Burridge, and then also in 5th, the number 1 of Hank Taylor, one of our Joes, JD.
You bet, and Tony Oscar restarting 2nd down here on the bottom, and Joel Brown chose the top lane up here as they go into turn 1, and looks like Joel Brown's gonna have it here. But I'll tell you what, Tony Oscar fighting back hard down here on the bottom. But I'll tell you what, that upper lane coming through turns 1 and 2, guys, is another big wreck happening behind us, guys. I haven't heard the yellow flag being called yet. Still green flag racing. No official has called the yellow yet. As Eddie Smith up here in 7th place gets a piece of the wall.
Yeah, JD, I'm taking a look back here. Looks like the 6th of Dan Mueller involved in this crash or caught up in it, heading to pit road smoking.
All right, that's the Dan Mueller. We talked to him on the radio as caution is out officially. That's going to be caution number 9, guys, on lap 73 here at Michigan Speedway. So pushing the buttons on my monitor here, take it back here and see if we can't see what happened here.
I'm not quite sure where this started, but it was way in front of Dan Mueller, guys. There's cars all over the place. There's what we've been calling this all night, a parking lot. The 24 is involved, 6 is involved. There's just cars all over the track, guys.
Yeah, I'm trying to roll it. Gosh, I got to cycle through a bunch of them here. It actually looks like the 24 car going around up here, Tracy. He might have had some help from the 73, it looks like. Trying to get it up there and see if I can't get a good shot at it. But sometimes it's a little bit difficult to cycle through all these cars. But the 24 definitely involved in that one. So caution number 9 coming out here at Michigan Speedway, guys. Pros versus Joes. And I don't know, Tracy, what do you think the score is now?
Well, JD, looks like we still got guys out there in the track. Nobody took severe damage at this point. We'll see what happens after they hit pit road, get them ball peen hammers out, the duct tape, and they're going to be checking. Yeah, by looking at the replay that John's shown, looks like that 73 might have found that 24, huh, John?
Yeah, I think he found a ton of that machine, guys. He definitely turned them around, causing this latest big one here. I think we've had more big ones at Michigan than I've ever seen at Talladega.
Yeah. But I'll tell you what, you know, they do get up to speed. I mean, you're talking about you know, in excess of 190, you know, approaching 200 miles an hour, if not better than 200 miles an hour. Certainly going down the front stretch, Tracy. But I tell you, you know, even at that speed, one little mistake and man, it'll send you into an e-ticket ride quicker than anything.
Yeah, I tell you what, JD, the biggest thing why we're getting so many cars involved in these incidents is we don't get too many laps to get the field strung out. Everybody's still right on top of each other, JD. So you get a car up there in the front, 10, 20 cars ahead. Tell you what, they come into that smoke. They don't see a whole heck of a lot. And the next thing you know, they're involved into the crash, JD.
You bet, as the 43 car, Tony Oscar, in second position back down here, fakes an entry to pit road. But I'll tell you what, they're going to cross the start-finish line. It'll be 10 to go here at Michigan Speedway. So I tell you what, they're about ready to cut them ponies loose, open up the corral gate, and send them on. Why don't we go ahead and step away? We'll take a real quick commercial break right here, right now. You're watching live ETV Live Cowboy. Don't wander off. We'll be right back. Whoa there, cowboy. Ain't no need to get the hammers out and tear it all up. What you need to do is get a hold of David Bass, DB Tech Services. Technology support offered at a price affordable to most churches, not-for-profits, and individual customers. I'll tell you what, David Bass, IT specialist, over 5 years at the corporate level. Hey man, computer maintenance, hardware and software upgrades. I'll tell you what, David Bass DB Tech Services, established specifically to provide lower cost options to churches and non-profit organizations. So put the hammer away, dude. Get a hold of David Bass, DB Tech Services, dbtechservice.com.
Hey dude, are you ready to rock and roll? If that's cool, then you need to do it over at HD Radio Network. HD Radio Network, 4 stations broadcasting 24/7 with everything from metal favorites to the 80s classic rock like legendary Leonard Skinner, Electric Light Orchestra, Foreigner, and bone-rattling, skull-crushing rock and roll on hard driving radio. And partnered with Nuff World Simulation Gaming, check out the HD Radio Network's Nuff Radio with Bear Factory, Stone Temple Pilots, Def Leppard, and a whole lot more. HDRadioNetwork.com. Take your pick and rock your brains out, dude.
Back live, Michigan Speedway, and I'll tell you what, Tracy, about 9 laps or so to go. It'll probably be about 8 to go when we do get the get to go in here, but just checking over here in the chat room. Fan Interactive, HDRadioNetwork.com is where it's at. And I'll tell you what, they have all been in the house tonight, and a couple of them still hanging out. So HDRadioNetwork.com, get over there, get checked in, get to listen. And 4 stations to choose from, dude. And then when you're done with that, you want to strap one of these puppies on and come out here and play. And these guys at Playground, I'll tell you what, stock car, let's see, what is it again? StockCarEvolution.com. SCE, StockCarEvolution.com. Get over there and check those guys out. And I'll tell you what, they've got a unique way of handling this game, and even putting a league together, racing servers, the whole 9 yards. It's kind of a one-stop shop over there, which makes it kind of unique for these guys, as they don't have to wander around collecting a bunch of files and car files and whatnot. But you know, they've got the downloader, the mod manager. You download that, you install the game. It handles all your car files for you. One-stop shop, StockCarEvolution.com. I tell you what, get on over there and check them boys out if you want to have some fun out here, like we're seeing here tonight. But I tell you what, working caution number 9 here tonight, Tracy. A bunch of bent-up sheet metal out there for sure, but that does not take the fun away at all.
Yeah, I tell you what, JD, they got them pit crews working hard, keeping these cars on the track. Like I said, we've only had 2 cars DNF tonight. The Pro was a 27 of Tony Bagstead, and the Joe was a 013 of Vinnie Lewis. So, tell you what, we've had every car staying on the lead lap pretty much, and very few cars going home tonight.
You bet. Joel Brown out in front, Tony Oscar in behind, Jason Barrage, Shaquille Ray in 4th, and your top 5 up here, Eddie Smith. You know what? I'm going to score it 1-1, dead even. Pros versus Joes right now, boys. And we're getting set to take the green flag one more time. Joel Brown opted to take it from the top lane up here. He's up on the outside. Inside him, the 43 car of Tony Oscar down here in 2nd. He's going to give it one more shot here. See if he can't make that bottom lane work going into turn 1. As the pace car pulls off, headed down pit road. Good job, Bob Shannonette. I'll tell you what, we're set to go back. Green flag racing. It's out, it's up, it's waving, and we're running.
Tell you what, JD, them pros better start looking back. Tell you, 7 of the 10 cars, the top 10 cars, are all Joes out there. All our pros are in 1, through third place. And from fourth back, you have all Joes all the way back to 11th position, JD, where you find the 12th spot, Pro the 15 of Lane Allen. But it looks like we got 3 wide going through the corner there, JD, on this restart with only a few laps to go in the race.
I'll tell you what, Shaquille Ray hanging tough out there on the outside of the one car. Hank Taylor down here almost taking a 3 wide up here in front. But I'll tell you what, it looks like Joel Brown's got it hooked up and he's walking away. Tony Oscar fighting down here on the bottom. And Jason Barrage, he's trying to get his machine back out there in front. Jason Barrage started on the pole here tonight, and he's going to put the threat to the 5 car. Joel Brown coming down the front stretch, using that draft, going to take the dive into turn 1. He's still taking it wide up here, just doesn't have the horsepower to get up there to Joel Brown. Joel Brown using that top lane up here. Excellent coming off the turn 2 here, heading down the backstretch. So I tell you what, they're letting it all hang out now, boys.
Yeah, JD, tell you what, we got 5 laps to go as they pass. Once they come across the start-finish line, that's 5 to go for the finish of this race. Got to keep an eye on them leaders in the top 5, racing hard to try to hold on to that lead, guys.
Travis Joyner going around, guys. Wow, he came flying through the turn. The 19 car, Travis Joyner. I'm sorry, Tracy, I didn't mean to interrupt you there, but wow. As they go sailing past them, no caution, guys. Caution has not come out yet as Travis Joyner takes a big spin and manages to stay out of traffic.
Yeah, I tell you what, JD, he was way down on the inside grass, out of harm's way, had him inside. Keep this race rolling. It seems to be going pretty good as we're going to come around the track, hit that start-finish line. Going to be 4 laps to go.
Tony Oscar fighting with the 2 car Jason Barrage up here on the top as Jason Barrage making that top line work for him. He's going to use the draft off of Joel Brown, and Joel Brown is about 2/10 of a second, almost 3/10 of a second out in front of Jason Barrage in that 2 machine. But I'll tell you what, he's making it look easy, making that top line work and work well. And I'll tell you, tough luck for Travis Joyner in that 29 machine. He comes sailing up through the middle up there. Looked like he was going to get it, but too much too late and going around for that e-ticket ride. But I'll tell you what, all the ponies are running tonight at Michigan.
Tell you, Shaquille Ray fighting hard to hold on to that 5th position, JD. Actually got loose, got up into the wall, had some smoke coming from the tires. He got so loose on exit. And now he's getting passed by a few cars. I'm thinking he's taking a little bit of damage when he got up in that wall. But I tell you, the 5 car, Joel Brown, doing a great job of holding that lead as the 2 goes way to the bottom of the track, JD, trying to get a run on him down the backstretch. It looks like he's up to the, nope, just gets back to the rear bumper down that backstretch, JD.
Joel Brown in that 5 machine, his car looks pretty much pristine clean, guys, and a little bit of damage on the back end of Jason Barrage's machine here. That might be what's keeping him. As we've got another car, it's going to be the 113 car of Justin Rogers going around here, guys. Big crash. Oh, big crash on the front stretch here, guys. Lots of cars involved.
Entering corner 1, bugged up.
With 2 laps to go, I'll tell you what, you know, they would have come around and taken the white flag, that would have been it. But I do believe that's going to bring the caution out, guys, and I'm not quite sure. This may set them up with a green-white checker.
Yeah, I couldn't quite tell where that all started, but you guys are right. It caused a big melee once again on the front stretch here, and there's guys didn't even, I don't think they even cracked the throttle when they seen cars. Wow, that 9 car, he about ran over Bob Chandonnet on the pace car, guys.
Oh, wow. All right, and I'm hearing unofficially that this may be the end of the race, Tracy. Have you got more information on that?
Yeah, JD is listening to the admin channel. They're going to finish this race under caution as they come around here to lap 85. The number 5 of Joel Brown will take the checkered flag and take the win tonight.
All right, Jason Barrage, your pole sitter for the night, going to finish second, and a good effort by him. Tony Oscar are going to pick up third place trophy here tonight at Michigan Speedway. So it's official. The race is going to terminate behind the pace car here at Michigan tonight. Pros versus Joes. And I'll tell you, that's would have been caution number 10 officially, guys, here at Michigan, as the race is over. It's official. Joel Brown going home with the big one, Jerry.
Yeah, and JD, it looks like they got the ambulance down there at the pace car. It looks like he took a nice hit from that 6 car, so shoved him up in the wall there, and they're busy cutting him out of the pace car right now, guys. So I don't think we have a pace car to finish this race.
It's severe damage pace car.
And damage on the pace car, huh? I wonder who gets that. I wonder who gets that bill.
John had a great replay of the car that actually got into the pace car. JD hit him in the passenger door and slammed him against that inside wall. And I tell you what, that fiberglass just pretty much crumbled there on the track. But they were able to get it started up, at least get some wobbly tires running around that track to try to be a pace car.
I'll tell you what, they're getting their licks in on that pace car now. But I'll tell you what, the race is over, and why don't we go ahead and watch Joel Brown as he burns what's left of his tires off down here on the front stretch. Joel Brown putting up a pretty good fight here tonight. Travis Joyner also, but unfortunately Travis Joyner got caught up in some issues and went for an e-ticket ride. Our pole sitter, Jason Barrage, he's going to finish second here tonight, and of course Tony Oscar picking up a third place trophy. So why don't we go ahead and we're going to go ahead and step away and get ready for the post-race show here at Michigan Speedway. Hey, don't wander off, cowboy. We'll be right back. And we are back live, Michigan Speedway Pros versus Joes. And I'll tell you what, I think I still got it scored 1-1 tonight, and working 85 laps here. And I'm standing down here in Victory Lane with none other than the driver of that 5 car, Joel Brown. Tell me about your race tonight. I thought I handed his microphone over to him. Joel, are you here?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, here I am.
All right. Hey, bud. Hey, terrific job tonight. I know we had you on the radio earlier and yacked with you for a little bit, but able to hang out there, keep your car clean. Tell us about your race.
Oh man, it was tough. It's a lot of cars. You get 40-some cars out here. It's tough, and everybody out here, you know, they're all running within a half a second from first to 42nd. So I was just hoping at the beginning of the race, it's like, man, if I get a top 10, I'll be happy with this. And those restarts are, yeah, oh, they're exciting.
You know, I'll tell you what, 43 cars out there on the track, and you know, the pros versus Joes, you got some that are really good, some that are pretty good out there. Does it make a difference with your strategy, your race strategy out there?
Not too much. You kind of learn, a lot of these guys we run with, you know, several nights a week, and so even though they might be, you know, maybe they call them rookies, they're not really rookies. You get used to them, you know what to expect when you get up around them, and so yeah, it doesn't really affect you too much. Like I said, you get used to the people that you race with.
You bet. I'll tell you what, congratulations on the win down there tonight, Michigan Speedway Pros versus Joes. Any shout-outs you got for us?
Well, I just want to, thank all the guys that, participate with, using the Stock Car Evolution mod. We got a brand new version coming out of it. This is actually the beta version. The final version's coming out in a couple of weeks, and all the guys that run with us over at ESRL and the various leagues over there, and it's a very enjoyable time. We have a lot of fun at this, and for Ray Shannon, for all the work he does behind the scenes to put all these things together. I really want to thank him.
You bet, and congratulations again. I'm going to throw it on down just a little bit. Tracy Robinson standing by with our pole sitter tonight. Second place, Jason Barrage.
Yeah, JD, I caught up with Jason Barrage. Tell you what, Jason, you got the pole tonight. Just missed that top spot by 1 place. Tell us about your night.
Yeah, I got the pole. Started off, but the best spot you could be to start the race. A lot of cars. I messed up and spun one time and had to come from the back, so that was a little hairy, but I managed to get up there and stay clean and was able to make a little run at the end. And I think I might have had something for Joel if we could have finished under green, but he drove a heck of a race as he always does, and I'm always comfortable running around him. And Tony back there in third, I wasn't worried about either one of them. I knew we was going to race hard to the finish, but it was great. I want to thank ESRL and Can-Am and all the guys for putting the race on. It was a great event, and it was fun. Glad I got a good top 5 out of 40-something cars. That's nothing to hang your head about.
No, it sure is not, especially when you come out there with a second place finish. Working your way back up from that spin. Great job tonight there, Jason.
Thank you.
And I'm going to throw it down to our third place finisher, the 43 of Tony Oscar. I believe, Jerry, you caught up to him down there in Pit Road?
I'm going to tell you what, Tracy Robinson and I have caught up with that 43 Valvoline Ford of Tony Oscar. Tracy, why I'm talking to him, can you go get him a dilly bar? That's one of those ice cream bars with some chocolate over. Go get my buddy Tony one of those. Tony, tell us about your race, buddy.
Oh, it was a pretty good race. I wish I had a little more car. I didn't have enough for Jason or Joel, especially when they got the outside line there from me there towards the end of that race. But all in all, I had a blast.
Yeah, and that's kind of what it's all about here. Fair amount of cautions tonight, but a lot of cars out here. I'm actually quite impressed with the turnout tonight. I don't think I can remember the last time I've seen a 40-some car field start, so not a bad night for you guys. You stepped out here with a third-place finish for that Ford team. That must feel pretty good for you.
Oh, yeah, that's nice. I was actually worried there early on. I made a bad choice on taking a pit stop and got back in the field a little bit there, but the way the cautions fell, it helped me out quite a bit.
Yeah, I hear you, buddy. You got any shout-outs you want to throw out there before we let you take off for the night?
Oh, wow, it's a list. Joel Brown, Mike Schreiner, Ray Chandonnet, they all have worked their tails off. Gary Cross, every one of them's worked their tails off on getting this mod up and running, and I think they've done a heck of a job.
All right, buddy. Well, we appreciate it. We had a good time up here in the booth tonight. You hang tight. My buddy Tracy will be down there with some ice cream for you here pretty soon, all right? J.D. Webb, get us out of here.
All right, but I'll tell you what, Tracy, lots of fun here tonight. Pros versus Joes, and I still got it scored 1-1. 85 laps here at Michigan. 10 cautions, but I'll tell you what, I know that pace car driver had his fun too.
Yeah, I tell you what, it was a lot of fun. And you know what, I'm going to throw in there a little brand loyalty. As we all know, we have a loyalty to a particular brand of car. I like to say that it's good to see them Chevys leave here with the win tonight.
You bet. I'll tell you what, a big thanks to Ray Shannon putting this whole thing together here tonight, and lots of fun. Mike Schreiner, Joel Brown. I'll tell you what, StockCarEvolution.com. Get on over there, get signed up, come out here and play with these boys big time. So for ETV Live, Tracy Flip Robinson, John the Bad Boy Wessling, Jerry the Corn Dog Wolf, hey, we'll see you next time.